Our greatest successes in life are often found in helping others succeed. Welcome to the Life Masters podcast, hosted by Tanya Memme. Discover real-life stories from mentors, leaders, experts, and everyday people who devote their lives to helping others succeed. Every episode takes you on a unique journey, an emotional experience, and tells a story never to be forgotten. Tune in to Life Masters with Tanya Memme and start fast-tracking your journey to success today.
All right, here we are back with another episode of Life Masters. Today, I have someone who I absolutely adore that I work with, and Lara Jaye is here again. I have your episode of Life Masters. It got so much attention on YouTube.
Wonderful.
And you know that because I've been telling you that I wanted you to come back for part 2.
Thank you.
What you do is part 2. And what you do is so beautiful and so meaningful. And like I said, I met you and I've been working with you during some of the hardest times of my life. And you've really, really helped make a difference with me. So because you're a part of my life and I do believe in everything that you do, I wanted to have you on the podcast again and so that you can explain what you do. Now, I love to sit here and explain what you do, but I'm going to let you give it.
I want to hear your explanation. That's more.
Well, you use light language.
Yeah.
And from what I know, light language, it's an ancient form of communication where you're not using your rational mind. You're communicating with these ancient spirits that have been around it's a language that's been around for many, 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 many thousands of years.
Absolutely.
But you can explain it better. Mm-hmm. What's that?
I call it the language of oneness because it's when we were all one, it's the language that we spoke to each other. And it's a combination. My guides and angels have told me it's a combination, mine anyways, over 60 different languages. Now, I only know English and a couple of words probably in Spanish that probably shouldn't be repeated, but that's all I know. And so when I'm channeling, I'm like truly channeling, they're channeling through me these words, and they're not just words, they're power, they're multidimensional. And people are like, well, can you translate it for me? I'm like, I can, but if we want to take up time in your session and do that, then you're going to get less because there's so many. So as the words are coming in through my crown chakra, through my voice and feeling in my body. So all of the times the words are coming in, so I'm seeing images, I'm hearing them speak to me, I'm feeling them. So all the senses are being activated. And so one word on light language might have a bunch of different dimensions to it, and to be able to just take that one word and then explain it and what it's clearing or what it's doing or what it's healing, it takes a little bit of time. So it depends on, what we're doing and how we want to, we're asking for a blessing, then that's a different, I can easily translate things like that. But I always can know. And for me, I feel like it's just so powerful. I've never seen anything move energy like light language before.
Well, it's interesting because I know there's people out there, including myself, when I first met you, I was like, oh, there's skeptics out there. Of course,
absolutely. I was skeptical at first. What the hell is this?
Right. It's kind of weird a little bit, right?
It is weird.
It sounds weird. I didn't understand it. And I'm like, is this for real? But I mean, whenever you do a session with me, it's so crazy. But every time you start speaking in this language, my whole body on this end, and we're not even in the same room because she does it on the phone, like you call in, and my whole body starts buzzing. Yeah. Now, I don't know what that's about, but it is buzzing like crazy. And we're going to do an example of what you would do for clients and what you do for me. And the other thing too is you tell me stuff about myself that I knew, but I didn't know. You see visions of my future. And you also whenever we do a session together, it's amazing how dead on you are. You're so intuitive and you've really helped me make decisions, whether it's business decisions, whether it's just decisions with my life. I always feel so much better whenever I get off the phone with you. And I know you're not making it up. I mean, I just know you're not.
I'm not making it up.
No, it's it just flows out of you. Yeah. Yeah. And I can ask you any question. You tap into my guides too.
Absolutely.
You've been able to ask questions that I'm not able to ask.
Yeah. So I set it up. I'm talking to my guides and angels and I'm calling in yours. And obviously for me, I use God divine mother, father, creator, the top person, dog, whatever, mother, father, it, universal energy. And then I bring all of them in. And just like we set up before we started recording, it was really important to me to bring them in, to call them in, to clear any distraction and distortion energies and anything that was coming against what we're what's trying to get through here to help people. And then at the same time, it's always for the highest and the best for whatever the information is. And often if it's not negative, but if it's not negative information, but if it's information like I don't want to tell you, which I think there were a couple times where I was like, I don't know if I want to tell you. This is what's coming through that your guides really want you to know.
But you told me. You did.
I did. I speak it. But
yeah, you asked, are you ready to? Yeah.
Are you ready to hear this? And there were some things that I remember that first session, you were like, I think you were not mad, but you were like, I don't like that. I don't want, that isn't what I want. Right. You remember that?
I don't even remember exactly what it was you told me. But,
I think it was timing on the first show or the show that it would stop or something. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was time. And anyway, so that's what was coming through. And
wait, you said that it would that my show was going to stop. You said it was going to come back and then stop.
Yeah, and then stop abruptly. And I think it was the COVID thing. And I think it was
you're
the
right.
pandemic. Yeah. Then they weren't obviously showing me the pandemic, but I was like, okay, this is what they're showing me for you. And we all have this power. You have this power.
Right.
I do. The key is we're all intuitive. The key is, what are you working on each day? Do you want to be intuitive? Do you even want to hear? I work with clients who they know they're intuitive, but they don't want to see. They don't want to see the ghosts. They don't want to see the spirits. They don't want to hear them. They don't want to see dead people. Like, fine, you can shut all that down. So that's where most of us come in, where we're all shut down. And then we get to decide, do we even want to open up again?
I mean, I've talked to you about this too. I'm writing a book right now and I'm working on channeling. Like when people, and I have done it, I think in front of a camera before where it just flows. And then I was like, what did I just say? I don't even remember any of it. But I want to learn how to do it intentionally. Do you work with clients to teach them how to channel their own?
Yes. So
way,
whether they're verbal or it's auto writing. And I learned 10 years ago, started with auto writing. And I love that piece. And it all starts with the prayers and the intentions before you sit down or as you're sitting down in front of the computer. And you start small. You ask one question. You call in your guides and angels. You get clarity. You get rid of the distraction, distortion energies, so that you have that clarity, you have that focus, and you start feeling their energy, and you call in like whoever your main guide is. And then we start calling them in. Now, one of the caveats to this is, and I'm finding this a lot, is that we all had a lot of lifetimes. We've had a lot of guides and angels. Sometimes they're not all on board with what you're doing. So they can disagree in the spirit world because you have great grandma who loves you so much, who is trying to lead you down a different direction. Or she might be kicking your head angel and saying, I'm going to talk first. And so that's what you hear. So one of the main things that I do when I start working with someone is to, especially when we're in coaching, which I'm doing a lot of 6 months coaching and teaching people how to do this stuff for themselves, is we get really clear on who their spirit team is. Who is your spirit team? And are they in unison? Are they in agreement? Or are you getting all of these mixed messages? And that is huge to start with that. And huge. Yeah. And get everybody. We need it. Yeah. And I mean, it's just like our friends or in the physical, you're always going to have people who maybe don't see the bigger vision for your life. And it's okay. You still love them, but they don't need to be talking in your ear every day. Right. So same in the spirit world.
And I'm a big, big believer that it's all within us. We all know. We know what is best for us.
Absolutely. We all do. 100%.
Yeah. Very interesting.
That's what my new book is on that I'm writing right now. You said it.
Nice. How we all know.
Yeah.
Nice. The knowing.
Yeah. The new book is called Adventures of a Lonely Soul, Finding Meaning and Purpose Within, because everything is within us. And the security too. I really want to talk about with the rocky world right now. And we're not going to find that meaning and purpose in a job. We are not going to find it in a normal job and a normal life, going out or on TV, or if anything, it's going to create a more toxic environment. So we have to shut that stuff off and get to know ourselves inside and look within. We all have the answers within. Absolutely.
And I feel like too, like, I mean, I'm in my 50s now. I'm just started in that chapter of my life. And a lot of my friends now they're trying to find something more out of life. They're like, I've been doing this job for so long, I don't want to do it anymore. Or they're being let go now because shift with so many changes that have happened in the workplace with social media and, the computer age and everything, that like our generation is just lost. And a lot of my female friends, they're out of work or they don't know, they looking for that next thing in life, including myself. I mean, I'm sort of in a pivot stage right now. But this is the first time I'm actually excited about it.
Yay. I love that.
Right.
And how do we find our next step? And how do we find that? And when you're sitting in the spot of you're not seeing anything and you're not happy where you're at, so you're stuck. So what do you do? I know you called me. Yay.
Well, I did call you. I mean, I've been in that state. I've been in that situation twice now. Once I really hit rock bottom, and I called you.
Yes.
And then the second time I was like, there was light at the end of the tunnel, but it still wasn't making sense. And then I called you.
Yeah.
Now I'm in pivot, but I'm actually really excited about it because there's a direction I'm going in. I can't talk about it yet publicly, but it's very exciting. It's lots of things are shifting. I think it's going to be a really great thing. I don't know. I told you about it before we started.
I love that. I'm so excited for you. Yay. Let's get quiet until then. But I do want to speak to that when you're feeling really stuck, because I hear that from clients all the time. I am so stuck. I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. I know I don't want to do what I'm doing. I want to pivot. I want to do something different. But where do I go? What do I do?
Yes.
And, right. Yeah. So then that's where I hear from a lot of people and hear from a lot of clients. And so the most important thing is to really take that time, get quiet, and get to know, go within, just like we were saying, go within, get to know yourself, that self-awareness piece. Because if we don't have that, we can't put in our order to the universe of what we even want. And it's not even really, we want a steak. We want to put in the order of a steak. We want the nutrition from the steak. We want to feel good from it. So it's the feeling of whatever it is, the order that we're going to put in or whatever it is that we're desiring. It's all of those feelings. And that's a whole manifesting. That's a whole nother talk. We can talk about that another time or later. But the key is all we need to know is get to know yourself and ask to be shown your next step. And one of the things I do every morning is say this prayer, and we can write it in the show notes or whatever. And this has really helped me stay focused on my train track, because we all need to stay in our own lanes. But at the same time, I know we're all pivoting and crisscrossing. But my prayer each morning is I let go of everything that isn't divinely designed for my highest potential, highest destiny, and the perfect plan for my life comes to pass with ease and grace. I'll say that again. I let go of everything that isn't divinely designed for my highest potential, highest destiny, and the perfect plan for my life comes to pass with ease and grace. And how cool is that? Like, I don't have to know. I don't have to worry. I just know that God, Creator, is going to take care of getting rid of that stuff that in my life that isn't part of my path, that isn't on my train track. And I don't have to worry about it. It might be taken from me. I might not be really happy about it in the moment. I can tell you that right now. It's happened a lot, but it's okay.
Been there.
Right. But we see it happening and it's okay. And because we know that there's something bigger at play. And that's really the most important.
Yeah. And you know what? When I was going through, because it was a 7-year process for me, I have to say, like, I really sort of, and I talk about it publicly, how I did hit that massive rock bottom. I lost everything. But the difference between then and now through those 7 years, I went through recently, and the last 8 months of my life has been such a deep dive, personal. I just dove right into
that self-awareness piece. You weren't afraid.
Yeah, I did it. I've been doing it.
And I love it.
And I'm loving it. And it's making me so happy. And I'm really discovering who I really am and what I really want to do moving forward. And it took me 7 years to get to this point. But I think a part of it too, what I went through is learning to celebrate the past instead of mourning the past. Learning to let go of your attachments to your job, your accolades, your titles, your like all that stuff. And I had to really let go of all of that because I mean, I'm on a bazillion networks right now with Sell This House and with Smart Home Nation, but I'm not filming anymore. And I think Sell This House is probably coming to an end. So, and that's okay. That's okay. But I wasn't ready to let any of that go like a couple years ago.
No, you weren't. You were dead set. This is what I want.
And I want my career back. And you know what? It came back. It came back.
It did.
And here I am going, but I'm away from my daughter for 4 months and I'm away and like there's a lot of sacrifice. The business isn't the same and the money's not the same. I'm not making as much as I used to and I'm not flying like I used to.
And you're different. Like, right. And you're different. Yeah. And I'm
different.
And
you're right about that.
More for your life. Yes. And you wanted more for your life. You wanted something with more meaning and more fulfillment, right? For your heart and soul. And that's why it didn't fit anymore. But,
yeah. I mean, I do find that when I am filming, I am helping people. Like with Sell This House, I'm helping people around the US sell their homes and this and that. So I had meaning, but at the same time, like I'm 51 years old. I'm aging out of this business. If I do another show again, awesome. If I don't, awesome. It's okay. Yeah. I had to really let it go and celebrate all of my accomplishments and then move forward and discover what that new chapter is. And the most amazing thing about being in this position is that you can create anything you want, but you have to let go of your identity to your past. And that's really what I struggled with for 7 years.
No, we all
He's an amazing company. They're amazing to me. And who knows, maybe there's another show down the road. Maybe there's not. It's okay.
And that's the space we need to get to. It's okay either way. Okay. Let it go. And it's, a lot of that stuff feeds our ego and it's part of it. Like, I get it. I had keys to the church and taught all the Bible studies, was there 6 days a week, and then keys to a huge public school as I was the PR director for back in Indiana. And it was gut wrenching to be able to hand over these keys and go, I'm giving all this up. And people were like, why? I have no idea. I just know I'm being led and to a different spot. Yeah. But first you got to pull all that stuff out of us. And let it literally out and let it go. And then we can regroup and look at it and go, okay, well, what piece of that is parts really still part of me? Right. Or do I even part? A big part. Right.
A big part.
To do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And now I finally get to even with Life Masters, I get to say what I want to say and wear what I want to wear and be who I want to be. And it's all amazing stuff. And so those were and you've helped me. You were part of that process. The last 8 months, I'm talking about it now too. I've just dove right into plant medicine. I did ayahuasca 8 times, but with real shamans from the Colombian.
Well taken care of.
Yeah, and then I did some psilocybin journeys with shamans as well. So and the thing is going to the right people. There's a lot of
100%
a lot of bad stuff out there. People using it in the wrong ways too. But I have completely done a 180 with myself, and I'm at the I just feel I'm so at a very happy point in my life, but it's going down that deep dive of booking a session with you, honestly, of trying different things. I'm going to a yoga retreat in Mexico for 2 weeks to get, for meditation and yoga. I'm going to just to get my training just because I don't want to be a full on yogi, but I want to go certified. Why not? Let's go discover life. Why not go do things I couldn't?
And that's what it's about. It's like we have to go in these different directions and try different things to find out who we are and what we even like. You may go and find out you hate yoga. Now, I highly doubt that because I know you do it and I do it. I love it. But you might find there's a piece of it you like or you don't like. And then okay, I'm going to keep doing this moving forward. We talked about sound bowls. There's so many different spiritual tools out there. And that can help you move your needle further of self-awareness and getting to know you and what brings you joy. And really, that's what we're all looking for, right? We want to be happy. We want joy, but we got to know ourselves. We got to know ourselves so well and know our triggers. We got to know if people are poking us, and not to just get mad and yell at people, but to really look at, okay, why am I bothered by this? Why is it bothering me? It's a lesson. Right. And taking that dive deep. Yeah. And instead of, it's not like this spiritual work anymore, especially for the next level. It's not like going to get a massage and they do all the work. There's work, right, Tanya? You book a session, but you do this work in between.
I do.
This is right.
Especially this past year I have. Yes.
And daily. I spend 4 hours each morning on my own self-care and meditation And that's not even the workout and yoga. And then, oh, wait, I'm working. So, right, my whole life has changed. And in the past, it was 12 hours at a job or more and taking care of the kids and all of that. But we live in a chaotic world, and it's getting more chaotic. The more darkness, more light that's turned on, the more darkness we see.
Yes.
We see more chaos, and we may need to stay home more. We might need to do more self-care, and that's okay.
Well, I look at it this way too. It's like, if you're miserable in your life, like, and you're really, I've been there. Okay. For me, it's like, open your mind. Don't judge you because you're using light language. Oh, that sounds weird, or sound bowls don't work, or whatever you're doing isn't working right now. So you might as well try something else. Like, that's how I looked at it. The lower you go into your rock bottom, that's kind of what breaks away all those barriers. And finally you come to a point where nothing else I've tried is working. Let's just try this.
Let's just try it. I like that, right?
Other realm, this other world that I haven't, I've been so judgmental towards, like people who don't think that the spiritual world really heals, like with sound bowls and meditation and even just art, painting and being an artist or chanting or listening to light language. And it has changed my life tremendously and in so many ways. And I'm so excited about this new journey that I'm about to go on in this next chapter of my life. But it took me 7 years of just not wanting to make that change and sitting in it and fighting
it. That's what we do. Like, I don't want to do that.
Right. Why should I listen to light language? That's not going to help, Yeah. And then
what the heck is a sound bowl or a crystal going to do? That's so silly, right?
But whatever you're doing isn't working if you hate your life right now. So just go and just expand your mind.
And so, and that's the key, and that we have to let go of our judgments and our ego to be able to see that while there is more out there than what we can see, feel, and touch, than the normal 5 senses, there is a 6th sense. And we all have it. We all have it, but it's scary. It is scary. When you first open up, scary as hell.
Yes.
I was so afraid of this. So 10 years ago, I was completely bedridden and started to go out to meditation in this meditation group. And that's when I heard the light language. And basically, it's not something you learn, you're activated to it, and it's a remembrance. And so I actually teach people and activate them to it. I run a light language academy twice a year. I have one coming up in October. You should be in it. So
I know.
I'll let you know. But anyway, you'll be able to find that on my website. But you activate people to light language. And then when I started doing it, my biggest fear was that I would break out in light language the grocery store. Like, I'd embarrass my high school boys, and I didn't really understand what was happening, but I speak it, I hand sign it, I write it, I started painting it, and other people dance it and do other things with it. But they're light codes. They're light codes from whoever it is that you are channeling, the highest of the highest. Sometimes they're galactic light codes, and they have power in them and energy to help you clear, to help you feel better, all of that fun stuff.
So if I took your academy in October, does that mean that you're going to teach me how to sort of channel?
Yes, I'm going to teach you how to channel, and we're going to activate you to light language. And then we do whole sections on just into basic intuition and how to combine all of this and how to use light language in your daily life.
Wow.
So my whole thing with light language is, doesn't make any sense if I just go around and speaking it and there's no purpose or meaning to it. So I'm always very particular about, first of all, who I'm channeling. We talk a lot about having boundaries with our, people in our lives, but also in the spirit world too, because dark can get in that way too. So we talk a lot about how to protect yourself and what you're bringing in and that kind of thing. But yes, we're going to do all of that on the Light Language Academy.
Okay, good. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I might have to do that.
That would be fun. It's all online. Yes. And it's 4 weeks, and it's every other week, because you need the integration time in between and the time to practice on your own. Sure. And then we come together, and we've run it once. We're running it a second time this year. It was fabulous because people came away with, some people really just wanted to hand sign it. Other people were really into painting it, which I love. Didn't get anybody dancing it yet, but
that's okay.
That's right. You never know. Maybe they just didn't want to do it on screen. But it is
Mhm.
fascinating to be able to take the light language and then where to use it. Okay. I use it in my everyday life all day long. I woke up to a tough phone call from my son today, and something not great had happened in his life. And immediately I support him. And then how do I help him? I go into prayer and light language and then it's a reset, it's support, it's prayer, it's healing. And you can use it anywhere, anytime.
So we are going to do a little session here, right?
Yes, we are. Yes.
That's, I want to show you guys what she does and how powerful it is. And so I wouldn't mind doing something where, so right now, I'm pivoting and I'm going into a new direction.
Yes.
So, and people are going to come to you with this. So let's show them a little bit about what that would be like. And if you call upon my spirit guides, or when you do, I would love for you to ask them any information I need to know right now.
Got it.
And then I
for you.
away.
Okay.
Yeah. Because
so we're going to do this for you right now. And then also for everybody else. But the information that comes through, I'm going to be really clear that it's for you. So, and all right, we'll do that. That sounds good. All right. How long do I have?
Just, I don't know. We've been doing it for 28 minutes. So just take your time.
Okay. I got you. All right. Okay. So we are going to take a couple of deep breaths and really just feel our body right now. And I like to put one hand on my heart chakra, one on my stomach, take a deep breath, hold that, blow out. It's really important that we honor our bodies. We are these beautiful spiritual beings in a physical masterpiece that needs taken care of. I'm calling in all of our guides and angels, creator of the universe, creator of each and every one of us, for only the highest and the best, highest, 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 holiest, holiest. And I'm specifically asking for Tanya that her guides speak to me with clarity and focus, asking that we clear all distraction, distortion energies, and bringing in only clarity and focus for her and for anyone listening now or in the future. That I'm asking for, if they're feeling stuck or whatever energy it is that is keeping them stuck, that is released. If they're ready to release it, that's released and sent back to source to be transmuted back to love. Energy can never be destroyed, but it can always be moved and transmuted and turned into something else. And that's what we're doing today. Is you might have stuck energies on you. They might be yours or someone else's. Doesn't matter. You're still responsible for them. And we're going to honor those and send them love. Everything we do is in love. Take another really deep breath. And I want you to just, everyone listening, feel into your body right now. Is there anything that is pinging? Do you feel like a tightness somewhere? Definitely, I feel a lot of head and neck and shoulders, a lot of stress in that area. Something in someone's left-hand side of their stomach area, solar plexus. There's a stuck energy in there. Heart chakras that are closed down, we're going to open those up. And any stuck energy in anyone's aura, all that is going to be released with our light language. And right now, just really watch your body. We're going to send that area that you're focused on with love. We're going to send it love. And I want you to just observe, no judgment, just observe it in love. Dilo wamo papa, yoto bioso yimbo bayoto beleko de bandora yeso yosa mil korea, yonsi bi undora la barandora pico, se yushi pico omba, zelo barandora blabo calabarabo, the berose yoso mil dora leondo yapaco massa yoshapa. Dilo corretto colebarmando la bola mobalo de bioso yoso mil dora camo de pico mioso yoso. Dile pioto mio copio come se li shikiongo balo calo se le shikiamba con la polamo papapacalioso, dile uomo paro yomo tabeoso, zibaroma shakio comioso, yambo pa, dore bacalopalamo, se you shokole shapawamo, yo te la bramo te le cala la bramo te la cale to la bramo se you so yomo to lo shokole baba. Zabo pelo te below te la ma de yondo yese yoso mioto la shakalioto la uomo calo chokole buam. Zibotto uomo o a zebioto pelosha, dilo uomo parota belosho bioto, la shakareta di ondo riese yoso, la brabo de belosi yosho kilika to kolesha karianda, kyoko yoko karata la blamota yata yosho kolesha karaban. This light language, they're showing me it's cleaning and clearing and balancing all your chakras, front and back. It's opening up the crown chakras and the third eyes and making sure everything is connected and balanced so that you feel very grounded yet connected to spirit. Zeboramato yoto kalesha palaya shakuriata kalesha karianda. Zebiondo, casa botaba, zebeyondo, Kiondo da bela do kalesha do bala shakariondo riasa yoso, Dila wamo parandare bioko meso yoso milto, kalesha karianda riapioko, zebioto kayasha. And now I'm asking for each and every person who is listening to this that their own spirit guide or angel creator shows them a vision, if that's how they see intuitively, or if they feel or know or hear, whatever the easiest way for them to get information is. I ask that their guide gives them some kind of nugget of their next step, whatever that is. Help them to see it, hear it, feel it, or know it. Kalosa de la momando beoto dala balaba se leperea shakaba. Tap into that for a moment. Feel your body. Feel your body just wrapped in a blanket of love. And anything that isn't love, joy, peace, or gratitude, any energy that is not of that, just feel it, see it, leave your energy field. Back to source, never to return. Come back into focus, into your solar plexus, your stomach area. This is your power center. I want you to envision this chakra moving clockwise, strong. This is your power center, your self-esteem. It's how you show up in the world. Feel it growing, feel it moving. Feel it clearing. Anything that you don't need moving forward. Diluomo papilamo de below shakio commerce yosho kadianda de palasha kyosho kyosho peppa pakalesha pomata. Zibionto liapa. Feel the strength and the power of who you are, each and every one of you. Zebo beila malta beoto la manayanda de yesi yoso mioto biko miasi yesi kayoko masa mato beota. Feel the activation and the remembrance of anything that you may have forgotten that it's time for you to remember. I see like light bulbs lighting up in people's auras. Take a deep breath. Bring all of that into your body. Feel the light codes dancing in your energy field. Feel that electric. Just know that you got exactly whatever you needed today, and that you may not have felt anything or seen anything, and that's okay. It doesn't matter. What matters is that to trust that you got exactly what you needed, and it will unfold over the next week. Deep breath. Come back into your bodies. Feel that difference. When you're ready, you can open your eyes and I'll answer Tanya's questions.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm glad you did it for everyone. I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I did it for everybody, but I did want to ask me the question again. I didn't want to bring that into the meditation.
Yeah, no problem. So right now, I'm definitely, the changes I'm going through, but I wanted you to ask my guides if there's anything I need to know moving forward. Like whatever I'm supposed to know, any nuggets of information they want me to know.
Immediately, they're showing me a contract, and to make sure that your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed and that you read it very carefully. So they're showing me 1 or 2 sentences in there that may not sit right with you. And that's really important to be able to energetically make sure it energetically and contractually aligns with who you are as a person. It may not right away, but it will. I feel like if you see it, you can ask the question and I feel like they would shift it. They would change it right away. It's boilerplate for them, but it may not be right for you. Those 1 or 2 lines in the contract.
Like a contract that moving in this new direction.
Yes.
There will be a contract that comes up and I should really go through it.
Yes. Really go through it. Yep.
But
and they're not, it's going to work out great. Nobody's trying to hose you. It's just boilerplate for them. But for you, it's 1 or 2 things that like you might not sit right with you, or you might have to tweak it a little bit.
Okay.
That's it. But your guides and angels are so excited. And they're showing me first, they show me people on a train, or how the train, is it like sideswiped? What's the train doing on the track? You're like on this fast track subway, like one of those Europe fast. Have you seen those? Have you been on those?
Nice chic ones.
Yeah. It's really chic. It's got great. You don't have to pay to go to the bathroom or anything, but it's one of those that it's a fast track and it is moving very fast. But you're ready for this. You're ready for this. And they want you to know that everything you need is just coming right to you. And the train is able to stop fast enough, get slow enough for that everything you need to be put on the train for you as you go. So don't worry about the pace. Just go for it.
Okay. That is a much better reading than the last few I've had.
Exactly. Your train is not derailed. I know, right?
You've never told me my train is derailed, but you did say there's going to be a few bumps. I mean, it wasn't fast. And you used to tell me too, look, some people, I can see the train just moving fast and they're ready. And you used to always say, you're not quite ready yet.
It wasn't time.
It wasn't time. Is it time?
It is time, girl.
All right. Well, I'll keep everybody out there posted, and I'll definitely keep you posted. Thank you for that.
And I want to say, your guys are like, the reason it's time is because you put this work into it. And again, they keep showing me back to, you took the time each day. And when people say, I don't have the time, or I don't, like, even 5 minutes of meditation is going to change your life. Every morning, 5 minutes of meditation, right? Would you not agree?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I did my hike today and I stopped at the top of the mountain to meditate. And, I do take the time. I used to say, I don't have the time, don't have the time, don't have the time. I just had to learn to say no to a lot of other things.
Right.
But that was really where the gold lies. It's just saying no.
Saying no. And then we gain that time and the energy back for ourselves. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, that was absolutely beautiful. My body's always buzzing whenever you speak the light language. And it's a beautiful language. It just feels so like grandmotherly, like this. And like it's coming from a different source, obviously.
Yeah.
But it just sounds and feels like it's this such high resonating wisdom. I don't know how to explain it.
That's a good way. Yeah. I like that.
Someone who's very wise. Because I know it's not necessarily you, but it's being passed through you. So
I see, depending on who I'm working on or what I'm doing, because they give me different things, but I usually do see like a grandmotherly, like a tribe, tribal type thing. Occasionally when it feels very galactic, like it's that kind of, and so it just depends on what we're doing and who I'm working on or what healing people need, or it's fascinating to me. And I call that particular guide that I channel the light language, I call her Lady. I always see Mother Mary. I always see Lady. And in reality, we're all one anyway. It doesn't matter. And I call her Lady because it's a really long name from another planet. And I have no idea how to pronounce it. So that's why I call her Lady M.
I love it. All right. Well, again, you guys, to book a session, this is where you go with Lara. I'll be booking more with you in the future.
Love to always see you.
Yeah. And I'll let you know how the train goes. So I won't be afraid if I feel like it's moving fast, just jump on and go. That's what I'm going to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you again for everything. And I can't wait to get this episode out there.
Thanks, Tanya.
Yes, you're so wonderful. You guys just spend some time with Lara. Check out her website because there's so much yumminess there. And it's exploring a whole other side to life, and be open-minded about it. I mean, why not? right?
Yeah, and if they're not ready to do a session, there's guided light language meditations on there already.
Your
and there's
meditations
for
are beautiful.
body healing. There's one for just the general clearing, things that they can do right now. They're not ready. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good
Okay.
stuff.
Well, thanks again. And
Thank you so much.
And I'll be talking to you soon. I'll keep you posted.
Sounds great.
Okay. Bye.
You have just listened to another inspiring episode of Life Masters with Tanya Memme. To access the show notes for this episode or to listen to more shows, simply visit www.tanyamemme.com. Master your own life and be inspired to help others to succeed. Join us again next time here on Life Masters.